So, if you have a unit na untenanted right now, analyze your market, di ba? Saan ba meron opportunity pa rin? Don't give up. Ang wag na wag mong gagawin is you just say, okay, it's done. Wala na. Vacant na. Hello, everybody. How are you? Good evening, everybody. So tonight, it's another session of how to hurdle through property challenges brought about by the pandemic. Usually, the question I get from most of the people is, Sir Carl, my property is vacant. What should I do? Ayan. So if your property is vacant right now, natin may nag-rent, no? Number one, yes, it's worrisome. Totoo naman, it's worrisome. But it's the reality of it. It's the real effect of the pandemic. There are many kinds of units in the market. There are like condominiums targeted to the expat family. There is the university market para sa mga estudyante. There are the hospital market para sa mga malapit sa hospital. There are the BPO worker market, malapit kayo sa mga call center, ganun. So, different market. So, I want you to study itong market ninyo. Are they still active? Kasi I'm sure kung they're active, meron na ngailangan din ng tirahan. Diba? So, first is identify your market segment and how are they doing. So, I was sharing about pivot. Kunwari, yung mga dating apartment mo is catering to a student market. Affected talaga ngayon kasi walang pasok. So you might need to pivot to, let's say, a frontliner market. Maybe may hospital nearby. Because meron talagang market ngayon na maybe ayaw na nila umuwi kasi mahirap. So they want to stay in a place na nearby. So that's what you call the pivot, no? So if you have a unit na untenanted right now, analyze your market, di ba? Saan ba meron opportunity pa rin? Don't give up. Ang wag na wag mong gagawin is you just say, okay, it's done. Wala na. Vacant na. Should I sell my unit? That's another question. Should I sell my unit? I think the thought will always be there. Kasi nga, walang tao sa unit mo. Gusto mo na ngayon i-unload, di ba? Para wala ka ng burden. The right answer there is yes, definitely. If you are not at peace with it, if you are not happy, pwede mo na i-unload. But yun nga rin, wala naman bibili right now, di ba? Kasi syempre, marami sa mga tao are also trying to hold on to their cash. So, it's not gonna be easy also to sell. But, here's my advice. You can always try. I've heard of also of some stories of people na they were able to sell their property during this time to a buyer na matagal nang naghahanap bumili. But, since ngayon pandemic, mas mura yung price, diba? Okay lang pag-exit. Here's my advice to you guys. Should you sell palugi? There are 3 types of exit. Ang tawag natin dyan, exit plan. How do you exit? Normally, you exit with a profit. Okay yan, di ba? If you can exit with a profit, why not? Number 2 is you exit break even. If you're in a situation right now na sobrang stress ka na, ayaw mo na yung burden, hirap na hirap ka na, you want to move on, yes, you can sell at break even. But kung talagang you're in a situation wherein no choice but you need to sell palugi, my advice is okay lang. Okay? So okay lang na mag-sell ng palugi. If your investment is not performing according to what you want and you're not at peace, then you can cut your loss and sell that investment. Kunwari, you have a property that you want to dispose, you go to social media. Facebook is so far the best right now, and there's the Facebook Marketplace. So punta ka lang sa Facebook, sa Marketplace, and then i-post mo na, I'm the owner of a blank condo unit. This condo is located here. Ganun lang. So you have to advertise. Tell the world that you are selling. Diba? What you don't want to do is you want to sell, pero hindi mo naman pala pinaalam sa world. So tinago mo lang to yourself. Flipping properties. Alright, flipping means sa mga newbie dito is bibilin mo and then you sell it at a profit. Diba? So, kunwari, bumili ka ng something ngayon. Binenta mo you made 1 million, 500,000. You do it again, you made 500,000, 1 million. Then you repeat it for the next 10 years of your life, then yung total money mo, total financial position, mabilis nag-accelerate. Why? Because you are working in your job. That's your steady source of income. Then on the side, nag-flip ka ng property. So, parang nagdo-double income ka over the next 10 years of your life. What am I saying? The real opportunity of flipping properties is really when you buy. Meaning, did you buy it at a good price? Did you buy it at the low price na meron pang potential umakyat? So the buying is the number one. So right now, maraming opportunities that you can buy low, that you can buy at a lower price. Kasi mga tao ngayon, they are more, there are people who are worrying and they want to liquidate. That's why there's an opportunity right now to buy low. Next aspect that you need to consider, property has to have a target market. So if you're buying a property na, kunwari, you're making a bet. So that's the right word. You're making a bet na after 2 years, 1 year, it's gonna be a bounce back na. Tapos na yung pandemic, and the market is gonna come really strong. That's your bet. So there has to be a consumer, meaning dapat may customer yung property na binibili mo. So if you're buying it now to sell, you have to put it in your mind, who is my target buyer? Who is my target buyer? Diba? There are many properties. Like for example, we are quite active in the New Valley area. When we buy a property in New Valley, next time we're gonna sell it, the market is very clear. The market is, number one, people who are young, they are high in income, maybe double income. They're still young. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they don't have money yet, 5 years ago. But maybe after 3 years, they will have money to buy. They will be my customer. Diba? And you make an analysis na, will it still be a good price after 3 years pag binenta ko ng ganung price? And if you have experience, you would say na, oo, kaya pa ng market yung ganung price. Mura pa rin siya. It's still reasonable. Kasi binili ko ng mura eh. Diba? So yung number one, you make money when you buy. The condo market is, dalawa yung market na yan eh. One is, if you are an end user. So condo, if you are an end user, no problem. In fact, I love the condos right now as an end user. I have friends who are staying there. They get gym, meron silang swimming pool. You know, if you're kung hindi ka naman kaya yayamanin, wala kang swimming pool in your house. Maybe you live in a small apartment, but moving to a condo will allow you these facilities, these benefits. Maliit man yung unit mo, pero marami kang extra space paglabas. Diba? So that's from an end user. If you're an investor, then here's the challenge, no? Because yun nga, the market is not moving as much right now. Loaning money from the bank, sabihin ng iba, Sir Carl, natatakot ako kasi may interest yan. Ayoko ng interest. But I tell you, if you borrow from the bank and you keep it for 10 years, after 10 years of paying interest, sa'yo na yung property. But if you rent, after 10 years, wala ka pa rin property. Lahat ng pera parang natapon. You see the change in point of view? So I want you guys to learn more about borrowing from the bank. So the office market is pretty affected. So what do you do? If your condo is affected, so wala talaga. You really have to hang in there. That's number one, hang in there. Make sure your product is rent-worthy. So what am I saying, guys? I'm saying na lumiit yung market, but I'm not saying the market is gone. Maybe kumonte, but meron pa rin. So just like what Jet is saying, you have to advertise your property. In the short term, Jet, I think the market is smaller. Depending on your location. Pwedeng may location ka na kunyari malapit sa hospital and the nurses are still renting, no problem. If your market is the university, then you'll have to wait for this university to come back on. Diba? If your market for your condominium is tourism, ganun din, affected din siya kasi wala nga talagang movement. So, I'm just teaching you guys how to real talk na talagang the market is affected. There's really no movement. But don't give up. Keep on advertising, keep on spreading the word. I think the squeaky wheel gets the attention. The squeaky wheel gets the attention. Kung madalas mong ina-advertise about your unit in Facebook, lagi siyang nag-a-appear, I think makahanap at makahanap ka.